Wow.
So on the phone now, I've got our friend Jenny Hutt. She is the host of Just Jenny on Sirius XM Radio. And Jenny had the chance to interview Joan back in 2012. Listen to that interview, and then we'll talk to Jenny.
Everyone loves me. I'm the only one that doesn't have a radio show. Only one that doesn't have a late night show. Only one that doesn't have her own TV sitcom. Betty White, who has an I've fallen and can't get up button.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? As the thing. And they all love me. Love me a little less and send a check. That's why I wrote the book. I hate everybody. Ask me anything.
Okay, are you dating now?
No, they're all dead. Who is left alive? And I don't want a man with a diaper.
Do you think there's anything that's taboo in comedy?
No.
I agree.
No. And if you know, it's all about laughing at the most taboo.
Yeah.
And there we are. Jenny, thank you for joining us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you were pretty friendly with her, weren't you?
No, I wasn't friendly with her, but I got to interview her, and I was a huge fan, like I think everybody. And I think to your point before, what you guys were talking about, how beautiful it was, how she was talking to her daughter in that TV clip you had shared.
Yep.
I think what was so beautiful was she was trying to comfort her daughter.
Yeah.
So even if she was having fears about that procedure, she wanted her daughter to know regardless her daughter would be okay. And I think that's one of the things about Joan Rivers was that I believe her whole purpose ultimately was to set up her daughter and her grandson's life.
Right.
Yeah,
So
she didn't talk about that a lot publicly, but I know that was a very important piece of the story for her.
Yeah, and I also think that she taught so many of us that you can laugh through the pain, and that's part of getting through life, and maybe the only way to really get through life. She survived so many things, Dr. Drew and Sam. I feel like she's a survivor, and so we appreciate her even more because of that.
Do you
Laughter is the best medicine.
But do you feel the way I do that this woman was important for women?
Oh, yeah. Incredibly. She was open. She was honest. She was without apology. She was outspoken. She was smart. And she wasn't ashamed to say, I care about what I look like, and I'm going to do what I have to do to make myself feel good.
And by the way, it's a shout-out to Barnard College, which she is an alumna, which is the women's college at Columbia University. They create some amazing women, and she is one of them. Right. Jenny, thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks
because I saw we have so many people wanting to talk about Joan tonight. On the phone next, I have Lisa Lampanelli, Queen of Mean.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Hey, Dr. Drew.
Hey,
How
Lisa.
you doing, babe?
I'm great. So good to see you. You and I are going steady now. I get to see you all the time.
Oh, my God.
And after you were on my radio show, 2 nights later, I ran into your ex-husband. I didn't know he was at that comedy club still in New York.
Yes, and I told you we were still friendly. Isn't it good to meet a happily divorced couple?
Yes, it was wonderful. But back to Joan, your thoughts on Joan, because I know she must have been a huge influence on your career.
Oh, my God. If she hadn't come first, there'd be no Lisa Lampanelli, no Kathy Griffin, no Chelsea Handler. Somebody has to break doors down. And I know an interviewer said to me today, well, she didn't break them down with the intention of helping other women. I said, yeah, but it doesn't matter what the intention was. She did it. We wouldn't be bawdy and loud and edgy and able to say what we wanted to without the one who did it first. And she was the woman. That's the icon.
I think she did. I think she was concerned with women's issues. I really do. Because, you know, on the Moms Mabley documentary, she talks a little bit about that, the importance of Moms Mabley and the importance of women speaking the truth, and that people don't want to hear it from women, particularly not a woman that looks like a regular female, a regular person.
Yeah, I did love that she was actually very attractive. And, you know, it's funny. People, you know, we have so much self-hate about how we look in this society. And when I look at pictures of her from the 60s and 70s, I'm like, she's a good-looking woman. And it's so funny how we have to make fun of ourselves and this and that. But, boy, she didn't care. She did what she wanted to do. She opened doors for everybody. And whatever, you know, hey, thanks to her, I have a job. That's all I really feel. And I also, you know, having been touched by the death of a parent recently, I just am feeling so sorry for Melissa because you don't see it coming. And my dad gave me the speech also where he said, I accept it. And that's like the hardest day of one's life. And my prayers just go out to Melissa and her son.
But Lisa, you also told me as painful, as difficult it is, maybe pain isn't even quite the right word, you felt it was a beautiful thing.
Oh, my God. When my father said, I accept it, those are 3 words you think you don't want to hear, but you're so happy you hear them eventually because that's the person who needs to accept it, that person, and then you can work on your acceptance. And just that clip was really beautiful. I really teared up. And Joan was deep, man.